How are
How are
you?
you?
I'm doing good.
Thank you so much for going live with my business, my brand.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, it's so interesting to see the person behind accounts like this, so I'm
Yeah.
really excited for this.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too. Like in person. I've talked to you on the phone, but in,
Right,
li-
right.
in real life.
Yes, so hello everyone joining. I'm the person behind ZenLuxCo, and this is a part of our series, Wellness Check In and Self-Care Talk series, where we go live with women from all different types of backgrounds, industries, to see how they self-care and what wellness means to them and things like that. So yes, today's episode, it's a pleasure. Target While Black. Um, yeah, tell the audience about who you are and what you do and how you started Target While Black.
Sure, sure. So, I'm Marissa. I am the creator behind Target While Black, and really, what my page is I share Black brands. So that can be Black founded brands, Black owned brands, representation. There's some things that are Black founded or Black owned that just Black people in general we like a
Right.
proud family or I don't know something else that you can think of that you'd be like, okay, well. I rock with that. I share things like that on my page all the time. We have a good time over on my page, just cutting up and acting a fool about Target stuff. It's our favorite store. I
Mm.
actually started doing this page because of Black Santa.
Black
So
Santa. What do you mean
Black
Black
Santa.
Santa?
So I was
Oh,
at Target and I was looking for Christmas things, and that's my favorite section in Target.
mm,
The seasonal section is my favorite.
right.
So I was back there looking for things and I saw a Black Santa on the shelf and it was super exciting to me. I've shared a lot that my mom is Black and Hispanic and my dad is Black. So
Wow,
my
cool.
grandmother was this white lady who literally would paint her Santas brown. So
Oh, that's
when I
cute.
saw an actual Black Santa on the shelf that did not need to be painted, I was very excited. And this particular year, it was, I think it was 2020, like November 2020. And this
Mm,
particular year, there was several, several Black Santas out.
right.
There was
Wow.
wrapping paper, there was tags. It made me so excited. So I started thinking that I go to Target with a different view in my head. I don't just
Mm,
go to Target and I'm looking around just like everyone else, but if going Black, you show up in a whole different space and place.
yeah.
So I started sharing that and here we are, 65,000 people later.
Yes, your account, so I always knew about Target While Black, your account,
Uh-huh.
but it's always interesting to see how people start accounts like these. And Target's one of my favorite stores to go to. And you're right, like during the seasons, even like Valentine's Day, especially Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
Target is like Disney World with
It
like the
is.
decorations and how they like set everything up.
Yep,
So,
yep. It's very,
yes.
very exciting in that area. Even right now for Easter, I was in the
Oh, that's
Easter
right.
section
Easter too.
and they had Partake cookies in there, which is a Black owned brand. And they were lemon cookies. I bought 5 boxes. I
Mm.
wouldn't recommend buying 5 boxes. Just buy one because they're going to be gone.
Always sold out.
But that's part of my self care is having cookies.
Mm.
With
Good for you. Yes. Having your favorite treat or dessert, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you guys. So, yes, we're gonna get into the questions. Thank you for sharing the background of how you started that account. And it's also like a great platform to like help promote Black-owned businesses, like you said, that no one would
Yeah,
know, oh, that like cookie brand is Black-owned, that brand
yeah,
is Black-owned. So not only is it like fun, it's like a very fun like part space to be in, but like you're also like promoting Black owned brands. So it's like a double pro
yeah,
to do
yeah.
that.
And it's gotten even more fun for me because there's Black businesses that aren't in Target yet, but
Of
that's
course.
their dream. They aspire to be there,
Yeah.
and they want to send me things, or they're like, hey, I'm a Black business. And a lot of times I do interact with I go follow them. I'm like, okay, well, if you want to be in Target, you're going to do it one day. So
Oh, that's nice.
let me do whatever I can to make sure that you can get there. And
Right.
some of them are going.
Oh, good for
I can't
them.
share, but some of them are actually going to the shelves
Good
soon.
for them. Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing, man. So I'm so excited to see how you, like the person behind this account, how you take care of yourself and what wellness means to you and your different ways to cope with stress in your life. That's the point of this series for everyone that's joining. It's to gain tips and tricks on how to self-care, how to like reflect and take better care of yourself mentally, physically, everything, emotionally.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully you guys learn some pointers just to increase your livelihood and your wellness. That's literally the point of this series that ZenLuxCo has. So the first question, how do you find time to hit pause on life and tend to yourself?
So this one's a really hard one for me because,
Uh-oh.
yeah. So when I recently quit my job to do this full time, but at one point I was doing this and I was doing my job, and it was very overwhelming at times because I I didn't have space or I didn't have the brain capacity to stop doing one thing.
The bandwidth,
Um,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to go outside, literally just stop whatever I'm doing and try to go outside. Whether it's on the back porch, the front porch, just something about being outside is calming.
True
Um,
that. True that.
yeah, and I live in Florida too, so I know some of you are in the snow. You can't go outside right now. You have
Nope.
to bundle up if you go out. But just walking outside as much as I could to just try to center myself again, to get back to
Mm,
square one, and then I'll go back to whatever I'm doing in 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
right, right. So, like, are you a nature person, or do you mean just like literally going outside for like the fresh air?
Yeah, so not a nature person. Nope.
Okay.
I don't do bugs or any of that stuff.
hmm
Just I have a chair outside on my back porch that I sit in for a couple of minutes. And just I try to fixate on a certain point. So whether that be like a tree and just trying to fixate on one particular leaf on that tree, that sounds really odd. But something
No.
about staring at it and just watching the way it moves is really calming.
Mm,
It and you have the fresh air around you. You like tap in to everything's bigger than yourself.
right.
Yeah. So that's usually what I do.
Cool. Yeah. Like, I know what you mean. When you're like outside enjoying a fresh breeze or just literally just relaxing outside, it's a time to like center yourself and think, the thoughts that I think, the problems that I have are so minuscule when
Small
you look
time.
at the grand scheme of things. Yeah,
Hmm.
so I know what you mean. You guys should do that too when you're feeling
Yeah.
overwhelmed. But you said you like quit your job to do this full time.
I
That's
did.
interesting.
I did.
Wow. Wow.
I did. I would say that I kind of had to. This became full time for me.
Mm,
Um, just I was answering DMs. I was always at Target. I was emailing brands. I was doing a lot of things to kind of get this off the ground.
I can see.
Um,
Yeah.
and honestly, I mean, my old job, they're probably watching me. They're very supportive.
Oh,
They're really, really
wow.
supportive. But just wasn't something that was meant for me. Um,
Mm,
and I had a long road of tapping into myself and learning what made me feel calm. And um,
mm.
I have high functioning anxiety. It's one of my things.
Oh no,
So
really? Oh,
I was always going, 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 and
hmm.
I needed to make a decision for myself that I was going to stop living for other people and I was going to live for myself.
I love
Um,
that for you.
and what that looked like for me was quitting someone else's job and doing something for myself.
Right. I love that for you. Good for you.
Thank
That's why
you.
when see with how I started my company, I actually got laid off from my job. So for me, it's different. But all those
Mhm.
entrepreneurs, I consider you an entrepreneur with this platform and account that you have. A lot of entrepreneurs quit their jobs to like focus more time on their side hustle or to spend more time growing their business or platform or whatever it is. So I
Mhm.
love that people are doing that, knowing that, oh, this job that I'm at now, it's not fulfilling me. It's making me mentally drained. It's making me
Yeah.
sad. So I love that for you. And plus,
Thank
like
you.
what you do full time, it's fun. Not
Yeah.
only are you promoting other like brands and other, like black owned brands, but like it's fun, like what you do.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Thank you. Thank
Love
you.
that for you. Now, second question. Now, this tends to be a hard question that I ask all the guests, but what does wellness mean to you? Such a
So
broad, like, term. So people are like, that's a hard question.
yes, but I thought about this a lot. One of my things is journaling. So
Hmm.
I like journal prompts. I find them on Pinterest or random places. I find journal prompts, or somebody will ask me a question and I think it's difficult, and I'll write it down and I'll just sit and think about it at the end of the day. So
I love
wellness
it.
for me is it's actually mindfulness. Now let me
Mm,
tell you what I mean by that.
interesting.
So
Wow.
everything that you do should have a reason behind it for yourself,
For
right?
sure. For
So,
sure.
and not in a selfish way, but just what I'm taking my time and my energy and I am doing this particular thing. Why am I doing that? Does it make me
Mm,
feel good on the inside? Is it something that's going to serve my mental being, or am I
mm,
doing this to make someone else happy? Or am I doing
mm,
this because I feel like I have to? Um, and if you feel that way, why do you feel like you have to? Like if it's not serving you in some way, if you don't feel good about doing it, why is it that you feel like you have to do that?
right.
So being mindful in everything that you do is actually wellness.
Wow. 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 So like that's like a lot of self-reflection as well. Like thinking, why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking these thoughts? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Because I think
Wow.
people think that when they're having emotions that are uncomfortable, if they're angry or they're sad or they're upset, that you can't feel that way. Like you can't be angry, you can't be sad, or you can't be upset. And it's kind of the opposite. You can feel all those range of emotions, but you have to understand why you're feeling those emotions.
Right.
And that in and of itself makes you feel better.
Right. Because you're evaluating like why it's not just these feelings are like foreign. You're evaluating why you're feeling it.
Right.
Right. So yeah, people tend to run away from their emotions or feelings when they're feeling something, but sometimes you have to think like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I
Yeah.
thinking this thought? Like, so I love that mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
That's a great answer.
Thank you.
Really, excellent answer. Now the third question. What are your favorite ways to self-care? I
Ah,
know with your job, you find like so many like self-care like black-owned brands or skincare. That's
yeah.
self-care too. I can't
It,
wait for your answer.
yeah. So I love self care. Self care Sunday is something that I do a lot.
I love that for you.
It can be different things for me. I think my favorite self care Sunday is music playing. Um, anything that you like. It doesn't have to be something soothing. Anything that you like.
Right, literally.
I know a lot of us are triggered by music on Sundays because that made you have to clean.
Oh, lots of people clean on Sundays,
Yeah,
yeah.
but getting up, putting on music, and now that I'm an adult, actually cleaning my space and decluttering
Mm,
is something that feels good. And then when I'm done decluttering, I light a candle.
oh, I love that.
Yeah, I drink. I'm one of those people that has multiple cups like around. So I have a cup full of water. I have a cup full of juice. A little later, it might be wine.
Wine. I love
But
that.
just taking a minute to just kind of reset
Mm,
everything, not worrying about anything, For my teachers out here, I know that on Sunday, I used to have so much anxiety about Monday because I was going back to
Mm,
teaching.
yeah.
And don't think about any of that. Just take a beat, declutter your space, get some water, some wine, whatever you need to do.
Right.
Soak. Now, first, skincare. I love
Oh,
skincare.
skincare. Same. I love skincare.
I love skincare, and I double cleanse in the morning. I double cleanse at night. If you guys aren't familiar with double cleansing, it literally just means you wash your face twice.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
wear your
it makes
sunscreen, I hope, right?
yeah, yes,
Okay.
yes,
We're trying to look 30 when we're 50.
exactly. I am 29.
Oh, I'm
I am
28.
29.
Okay. You look great. Yeah. Oh, we're
Thank
only a year
you.
apart. That's interesting.
So sunscreen is a big part of my routine too, but cleansing, my favorite one right now is Rosen. I've been using them for a
Mm,
while, but I actually have a bunch of new skincare came into Target, so I've been kind of switching it up to try different things.
mm.
I like to try things before I tell people to go buy them because you know that's just how I make sure that
Yeah,
we're
no.
buying things that we need to buy. Um,
Right. Rosen's black owned. I know that. Rosen's black
Yes,
owned.
yes,
Yeah.
they are. Yep. And Black Girl sunscreen is a sunscreen that you can use, but if
Mm.
you want a mineral sunscreen, there's also Undefined that is out now at
Oh, I
Target.
always wanted to try their products. Their packaging is so beautiful. Like their
Yes,
packaging alone.
yes.
I need to
And
try their
I
products.
don't know
Yeah.
if you know, but their packaging actually mimics their ingredients. So the founder told me that if you see someone on there who maybe is a specific islander, then the one of the ingredients that is inside that product would be native to that area. That's
Wow.
super cool, right?
That's really cool. Yeah. Wow. See, that's why we have to support black owned brands. You see why?
Yeah, yeah, that's really
Man,
thoughtful
that's
way
very
of going about
nice.
packaging.
Right. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that I can't wait for like the new. See, I like K-beauty skincare, so
Uh-huh.
but I want to try to implement more black owned brands in my skincare. Like, cause I use a lot of like K-beauty brands and drugstore, but like black
Hmm.
owned skincare brands, I really need to try to do that. So that's a
Yeah.
plug right there. Rosen, Black Girl Sunscreen, I have tried before. I like their
Black
brand.
Girl Sunscreen,
But
Rosen,
Rosen
um,
Undefined, I really need to try.
Undefined.
Yeah.
Yep. There's Jax. That's
Jack.
yeah,
How
that's
do you spell
another one
that?
too. JACQ.
Oh, I never heard of them. Wow. Wow,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
wow.
So that's one that you can
Cool.
use too. I'm going blank in my head, and I know there's another one. Oh, Skin by Brownlee.
Are those at Target too, those
Those
ones?
are at Target too. Yep.
Oh, I need to, the plug is right here. I need to get on it.
Skincare is the best way of self-care. Okay, so we have to
Oh
talk
my
about how
God.
hilarious that is. So,
That was so scary. Okay, so I'm currently in Florida actually right now, and that's never happened to me that my phone got overheated and it like shut off. And it only allows you to do emergency calls. Yeah, I'm like, shoot, like, of course it happens right now. Like,
you are fine. That is actually so hilarious because
oh
for those of you
man.
who do not live in Florida, your phone overheating is a thing. You can't just leave
Yes.
your phone out on a chair or on a bench
I had to open a
outside.
window. I'm currently in Cape Coral actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's even hotter down there. I'm in Tampa.
Yeah, it's a very hot day today. Oh, Tampa,
Yeah.
nice. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh, that was, I don't even know. Wait, where were you saying? Oh, the black-owned skincare brands. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were telling me some ones that I need to try. Yeah, everyone that's coming back in, sorry about that. Yeah, we are back. We are back. Yeah, so I told my mom to put the AC on and I put a window up. So hopefully that does not happen again. Ooh, that was terrible. I never had that happen before because I'm from New
It
York
sucks.
actually, but I'm in Florida for temporarily. So,
Okay.
oh
Yeah.
man, you guys.
It happens
So,
all the time. It
that's
happens all the time.
crazy, man. But even when I like go on vacations, that doesn't happen. That's
I've had it happen to
weird.
me so many times. My phone would just
Really?
be like, "Oh, sorry, too hot, can't use it." I'm just like, "Okay,
Oh
well,
man. So, we were in the middle of a question. Yeah, your favorite ways to self-care, and you said skincare is one of your favorite ways. So, like, for the audience, what are some other ways that you like to just like calm yourself, even mentally? I think you said journaling, right? Journaling that you do
journaling, yeah,
that. Yeah, that's
journaling.
really
I
good.
do that."
How
So,
does that help you, journaling?
so journaling is one of those things where if you have to give yourself a little bit of grace when you first start journaling because you're like,
Mm,
what am I gonna write down, right? Like what am I
right.
um
Affirmations, that's a good thing.
yes, affirmations is a good one. For me it started with I get so overwhelmed sometimes when I have so many things going in my head.
Mm,
So I would word vomit things onto a notepad. And it just
mm,
be anything that was in my head, anything I felt like I needed to do, I would just throw it onto a piece of paper.
that's
And then
good.
it progressed into I started giving myself prompts of things I wanted to discuss, or if something feels heavy on my mind, I
Mm,
will write about that. Like, why is this heavy for you right now? How do you feel
right.
about that? What are you gonna do about it?
A lot of self-reflection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
For me, positive affirmation. No, we're good. We're good. Don't worry, guys. For me, positive affirmations is what I like to journal. But
Mhm.
when I find myself getting like stressed out, I just like to just be alone with my thoughts. Like that's what I
Yeah,
like to do, and just figure out like why am I thinking this? Why do I feel this way?
yeah,
But as far as like self-care, like skincare, that's a big thing. I love that you said that.
yeah.
Um, so yes, you guys. So
Yeah.
next question is, how do you like personally cope with stress? Like what are your favorite ways to de-stress yourself for the
Yeah.
audience too? Because I need some pointers on that.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll share this in the form of a story. No, I'm just kidding.
No, do
But
it. Yeah, no, I would love that.
I I have got a shop at Target. Ha ha ha. She knows me well.
Oh,
Yes, I do like to go out of the house. So I think a lot of times we feel like self-care, you kind of have to be isolated. You kind of need to be alone and you need to do a lot of self-reflection. And I do those things, but
mm,
sometimes that's not helpful when you feel stressed.
right.
Sometimes you need to change your scenery. Sometimes you may need to talk to someone. And I'm incredibly introverted. I know everybody watching this is like,
Really?
what?
Wow, I wouldn't think you are. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot different for me to prepare for a live. Like I know I'm going live with you. I can prepare for that. I can think about what I'm gonna say and do, and it doesn't feel like it takes a lot of energy. And then when I'm behind the screen, a lot of time filming content or something, I'm usually alone. I'm doing that by myself.
Mm, right.
So it's weird to say that because I do have a presence online, a big presence online.
Very big presence.
But if you guys were to see me like out, just and about doing things, I'm not the person that's talking.
Mm.
I'm
You
not doing
stay to
any of those
yourself a lot?
things. I stay to myself.
Wow.
I don't have a huge group of friends. I have really close friends that are my close friends that I like to go with them when I'm trying to de-stress. So I have a really good friend that doesn't live too far from me, and I do actually invite her to Target. And
Mm.
we walk around and we get a Starbucks and we talk to each other. Um, so a change of scenery for those of you watching how I de-stress, a change of scenery, doing something that you really love. That can be anything, reading, going outside, going to
Right.
Target. Um,
That.
yeah, and just remembering that everything isn't a huge deal. It feels like a huge deal at that moment in time, but it doesn't have to be that way. Um,
Right.
Sometimes you got to take yourself out of your comfort zone for a little minute and just do something else and come back to it, and it'll feel smaller than it was before.
Exactly. Oh, great answer. Wow.
Thank you.
Very great answer. Now, I pretty much have the questions memorized by now, but next question is, since the New Year is here, are there any positive changes that you want to, make in your life? Any positive changes? Because we're
So
still fairly new in 2022. We're only in March.
yeah. So,
So,
I actually stopped doing like New Year, New Me thing because I
mm,
felt like it was more stressful. Because if I didn't
mm,
accomplish something, I was like, oh, you said you were going to do that, and then you didn't do it. And then I just be beating myself up about it. Like, oh, you said you were going to go to the gym, and then here it is, March, and you haven't been. So,
right.
but what I have started doing is, and doing each month or each week, I have like a goal for myself, and they're usually smaller goals that are amount to something bigger.
Mm,
So for this month, one of my goals was to actually turn my phone off at 7:45. I don't answer
mm.
anybody. I
Every
don't,
day? Like
yeah,
every evening?
every evening.
Mm,
Stop answering people, stop writing back, stop commenting back, stop doing all of that. 7:45, I'm done.
mm.
Um,
I love
and
that.
I have two children in my house,
Mm,
and another person to take care of. And a lot of times I was going all day till 9:45, ten
wow.
thirty, sometimes 2 in the morning. And I didn't want to do that at all because it takes
Right.
time away from them.
It does.
Um, so that
Mm,
was one thing that I did. But again, I wanted to lead to something bigger. So start doing that. And then from there, I was like, okay, well, I can't have my phone in front of me, but it doesn't mean I can't be creative with other
mm,
things.
right.
So I have a notepad that I keep with me. And if I have an idea, I just write it down on my notepad, but I put my notepad away. Like, okay, you wrote it
Mm,
down. It's out of your head. Let it go.
mm,
Come
mm,
back to it tomorrow.
right. And I'm sure your sleep has improved too, like limiting the screen time, like
Yeah.
before you go to sleep or in the evening, because that
Yeah.
blue light really helps, really like makes it hard to sleep.
It does.
Um,
It does. And
yeah.
I'm not perfect. So sometimes like if I see my phone going off, I'm like, oh, who is it? Who is it?
Right. Well,
um,
yeah, you put it on do not dis you cut it off or you put it on do not disturb.
so I put it on do not disturb.
Okay.
And then it won't have anything going off like on the front part of the screen anymore. Um, well,
Mm.
that's actually not true. Some things still do come through because I don't turn everything off. You can change your settings in your phone so
Yeah.
that some things still come through to you. So sometimes, like my friends or my mom, I don't turn off messages because I don't know what they're texting me about. It may be important.
Right.
So sometimes that gets me, but I try to
Right.
stay off my phone at 7:45. It's not always 7:45. That's just the way it is. Sometimes it's 8. But I try that when that marker comes on in my head, I'm like, okay, it's 7:45. Like you need to start putting it away. You need to
Mm.
start winding down. And
Right.
again, not being so harsh with yourself. Like, okay, I want to be off the phone by a certain time, and you don't do it today, or you don't do it tomorrow. Like, okay, but you still made that goal for yourself, and as long as you turned it off and put it away at some point, you're fine.
Right. Wow, I love that. And yeah, when you make money online, when you have like a big platform, whether it's your personal account, your business account, it can be hard to sort of
Mm-hmm.
do that. Like you're like, oh, what if someone important is messaging me? Or, oh, I want to interact with all the comments and whatever. So that's really good that you do that, especially with a big platform like yours. And I'm sure it wasn't hard. Like you said, you missed some days because it was like hard to do. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So,
that's
and I think now that I've been doing this for a while, my followers know that I will answer them. They know
mm,
that I'm not ignoring them. If they leave me a comment, they know I'm gonna comment back. I try to answer everyone when I can. So
I
now I feel
love
like I
that.
have more leeway now that if I don't want to answer at a certain time of night anymore, they're not going to be upset I didn't answer them. They know that I'm taking a moment for myself and I'll get back to them the next day.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, you guys, that was literally all the questions. Trying to see if there's any questions in the chat. So the first live that cut off so abruptly, hopefully there weren't too many. I don't know if there were any questions in the first one, but see if there's any questions in this one.
I saw
Or yeah,
one.
any questions that anyone has in the audience, you can literally put them right here so we can answer. But yeah, oh, okay, I see one. So okay, you're so cute, Rocky said, do you ever feature Black-owned brands that should be at Target? That's a question
Um,
for you, obviously.
yeah. So, sometimes I do. It kind of depends. I used to do like targeting Target Tuesdays, but people would get so confused and be like, "Is this at Target?" And then it wasn't.
Hmm.
Um, so I kind of slowed down on doing lives with those or doing like reels on my page with those. But if I
Mm,
find a Black-owned brand that I think is cool or something, I'll share it to my stories.
mm,
Which is still a pretty good place to be because there's like 2,500, 4,500 people in there, like between that every
mm.
day.
Right,
So that's usually how I interact with brands that aren't in Target because I still want to help them get there, right? But
right.
I can't be confusing to the
Mm,
audience
the
either.
audience, exactly, exactly. Yeah, so that's the only question that I see.
Mhm.
Hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah.
You're so Rocky.
I
You're
saw
so cute, Rocky.
I saw one
Um,
before the other live cut off. I don't remember who put it there.
do you
But
remember what it was?
yes. So they asked what brand it was that we were talking about that has the Pacific Islander on it, and then the ingredient is from that location,
Oh,
and that's
Undefined Beauty.
Undefined Beauty. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, that I know about because they're literally, you guys, their packaging, like for their skincare products, oh, like
Yeah,
A1. It's so like pretty and it stands
very.
out. It's so nice.
Yeah, and it's plant based, and it has the science side of it too. So they have
Right.
both sides. It's not just all the chemical side of it. They actually use plant based things too, like a lot of mushrooms and stuff like that that have
Mm,
medicinal properties.
right, right.
Yeah.
See, ZenLuxCo is more of a self-care brand. We're kind of a lifestyle brand. Because we sell like silk pillowcases and satin
Mhm.
pajamas. So we don't sell skincare. So people get us confused, like, oh, are you a skincare brand? Like, no,
Uh-huh.
we're more like self-care lifestyle.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're so cute, Rocky. Undefined Beauty. Yeah,
Yep. That's the one.
I need to try them out myself.
They have a sun serum that is sunscreen.
Mm.
But it comes out kind of like what a BB cream would come out as. So it doesn't make you look ghostly or
Oh,
anything.
I
So it just
hate that.
blends in to your skin. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
dark skinned girl, that is such a problem. And I wear sunscreen every time I go out. Such a problem.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you don't know that people aren't making things for you until you find someone who made something for you.
Right.
Because sunscreen, I was always like, sunscreen just has a white cast. Like that's just the way that it is. And then black folks were like, no, it's not. So
Exactly.
so now we
Yeah,
have
black girl
sunscreen that blends
sunscreen.
in.
It blends in.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah, those are all the questions that I have, and I don't see any more questions in the chat. So, oh, okay. So someone asked, so the undefined sunscreen works well on darker skin tones? Yes.
yes. Yes.
Black owned brands usually they make, products for like all skin types.
Yeah.
Um, but I have you actually tried? You said you tried it, their sunscreen, right?
I
Undefined
did,
sunscreen.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I wore it this week. This is my first week wearing it myself because
wow.
I went to the do you know what the strawberry festival is?
No.
It's kind of like a fair and it's hot, like hot, hot,
Wow. Like
hot.
music festival or it's like a flea market type festival?
Kind of like a flea market. They have
Okay.
rides and a bunch of the junk food and all that stuff
Oh,
out
that
there.
is fun.
Um, so I've been wearing that sunscreen this week. Before that, I was using, and I still have it, my Black Girl sunscreen. I have the mineral
Mm,
based one. And I really
mm,
like that one, but I wanted to try something that was different because a lot of my followers were saying that the Black Girl sunscreen, while they liked it, it kind of made their skin feel oily. And
mm.
if you have oily type skin, I could see that. I have
Right.
kind of like normal skin, so there's not too many things that, if I put something on my face, it wouldn't break me out if it had an oily component to it. But if you already have oily
Right.
skin, I could see you couldn't use that.
Right.
But with undefined beauty, and it doesn't go on oily at all. I'm
I need
trying
to
to
try it. Yeah.
it literally is like a BB cream. If you guys have any of those BB creams that you put on your face, that is the color and the texture that it comes out as. And then it
Mm.
blends into your skin when you put it
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I have more drier skin. So I use a lot of
on.
like retinol. I use tretinoin. I don't know if you know what tretinoin is, but I
Mhm.
use that. So I have like dry skin. But for the Black Girl sunscreen,
Mhm.
I liked it.
Yeah, I
Um,
did too, but
yeah.
some people with oilier skin were saying, "Nah, I don't know about this
Right.
one."
Yeah, so those are all the questions that I see in this one. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. You should put your account in the comments,
Okay.
just so people know. You know, since your account, your platform is bigger than mine, I'm sure like most of the audience is from like your page, but yeah, still like put your ad information. Yeah, you guys. So, oh, this is such a nice talk. Thank you so much for doing this with my brand. Like, you're the 12th episode, so we're still like fairly new, like with this
Okay.
series. But hopefully, you guys like learn like tips and tricks, for self-care and wellness and different ways to, cope with stress.
Mhm.
That's like the point of this series to like help, other people out since we are a self-care brand. So, yeah, thank you for thank you. Like, just thank you. You're so like beautiful inside and out that you constantly make the initiative to help like Black owned brands. So that's really nice that your account, you know, your
Yeah.
platform does that for
No,
us.
this was
So
my pleasure. I have there's so many people here, and one of my big things is mental health, and being
yes,
doing self-care Sundays or self-care Tuesdays or whenever you need to self-care is a big thing
it
for
is.
everyone. And I think
Everybody.
while it's better now, especially in the Black community, while we're paying more attention now, um, I think there's still a lot of people who feel like it's hard to do
Yeah,
self-care things. They don't know what to do or little many things to do.
exactly.
Um, so anything that I can do to make people feel a little better, um, is nice.
Right.
Your platform is it's super cool that you're doing this.
Thanks so
I hope you get
much.
to talk to more people who share more ways. I'll be looking for more ways to
Oh,
self
yeah.
care for sure.
Thanks so much. And yeah, full episodes, we actually put them on our YouTube account, ZenLuxCo YouTube account. So we have the full episodes there. So this episode, of course, I'm gonna have to like combine it together now. It's like two now, but yeah, you can find the full episode on our YouTube account. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning
you
into this
know,
live.
that SpongeBob meme where he's holding the wall and he's like breathing out really heavy and hard.
Oh yeah, when
You
he's
should
like,
put that one in between the episodes and for like explaining your phone.
oh, that is a good idea. Oh my God, that's a good idea. Right, because it's gonna be, I mean, I can like edit it so it's like seamless,
Yeah.
but actually that is a good idea. The one he's like dried up, right? SpongeBob. Or
Yeah,
like pale, when he's like pale and dried up.
that
That's
one.
very creative. I might do that now.
Oh man. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you
Okay,
for
yeah.
spending some time with me.
No, thank you. Thank you for participating in the series with my brand. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you guys, if you're the next Target stop that you do, and you want to specifically shop Black-owned brands, look at her account. She has it there for you to make it easy to support, Black-owned brands. So Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I will talk to you again soon. I'll see you around
Yes.
there.
I'll see you on Instagram. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Bye. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Bye. Have a good night. Well, evening. Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning in to this episode.